Hello guys and girls, and welcome back to another 7 Days to Die guide. In today's video, we will go over all the current biomes that the random generated worlds and Navezgane are made of in Alpha 15. So let's get right to it. So, what is a biome? Biome is part of the world with its own characteristics such as climate, ground type, trees, and type of resource it's rich with, and type of zombies it usually spawns. Currently, there are 9 biomes in 7 Days to Die, and all the biomes are very different from each other. Most of them are habitable, but there are some that is almost impossible to survive in without need for specific clothing type or liquid supplementation such as tea or coffee. So, if you're looking for that perfect spot for your base, consider over what biome you want to build in. I recommend you trying to find a spot where multiple biome borders are very close to each other, so you can benefit from all resource types. Now, I will go over some of the easiest biomes to live in to the harshest. Plains biome is one of the most beautiful biomes out there. It's very specific because of its hills and grass density. It's also a dream location for most big base builders because it's usually the most flat biome. Temperature is warm, but not too much. You should have no problems balancing it with some basic clothing pieces. Now, inside it, you will encounter all the usual types of zombies, but beware the small spiky cactuses scattered around. They can cause minor damage if you walk over them. First downside of the plains biome is there are very few trees growing around. So if you do plan to build a base here, you will most definitely need to plant your own trees to chop down later. Second downside is there aren't any rock formations around, but because it's mostly flat, you won't have any problems locating boulders. If you're looking for quick coal, plains biome is filled with coal nodes sticking from the surface, and it should be quite easy to spot them from the distance. If you're a farmer and you're looking for some corns for your farm, you will find that plains biome are filled with them. Just take a quick walk around and there is high chance you will find it nearby. Forest biome is right next to the plains biome in terms of beauty. Difference is that forest biome is filled with, you've guessed it, trees. But terrain also has more hills. Even though spawn chance is random, biome is filled with all kinds of animals such as chickens, pigs, stags, bears, and rabbits. Come to think of it, those are only animals in the game. Simply put, it's more likely you will encounter animals in it. There are no special kind of zombies that you will find here, just good old zombies. Temperature in this biome is well balanced and it doesn't get extremely cold at night or hot at day, which makes it one of the best biomes to start out in. For all you tea lovers, plants such as goldenrod or chrysanthemum, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, can be found in abundance here. Area is very rich with lead nodes that are scattered around. You will also find rock formations and boulders on every turn, which can help you acquire some quick stones. Keep in mind that patches of clay are everywhere, but generally around boulders and goldenrod flowers. Water sources in form of pond or a lake, even rivers, are very common in this biome. This biome is similar to forest biome. Very much the same, but with some slight changes. Instead of maple trees, area is filled with pine trees. Terrain has slightly bigger hills, which makes it more rainy, foggy, or even snowy. And because of that, temperature is slightly colder, but nothing some simple clothing pieces can't fix. Clay is rare and it's no longer around boulders, it's replaced with regular dirt instead. But one of the features of this biome is that hollow tree stumps are everywhere. Those stumps can have very good loot inside them, so make sure to loot them. Because it's forest biome's little brother, it makes it a very good spot for a starting or even endgame base. And like in forest biome, finding animals in this one is much more common. And lastly, on the surface of pine forest, you will find lead nodes, just like in forest biome. Even though it's not practically a biome, it's still worth mentioning. Water biome, as the name implies, is mainly water. As soon as you enter some bigger lake, you will start to hear frogs, crickets, and water just moving around you. But sometimes water biome can also extend onto land, making it like a swamp. That usually happens when a town is generated right next to the water, so the biome is like extended. But as far as I know, you can only find this in random gen. It looks very much like the desert biome, but with a bunch of grass and trees growing in it. Even though trees are very dried up, there are still lots of them for all your needs. You can often find patches of dirt or clay with some boulders on top of it. Animals are scarce, but those who do spawn can easily be spotted because the land is usually flat. And because it's usually next to the city, you will find larger amounts of zombies roaming around. But once you kill them, they don't spawn so often because the game registered this biome as all water, making the area relatively safe. And because of that, personally for me, it makes it the best biome you can set up your base in. Wasteland is a lifeless biome which is home to the deadliest predator in this game, zombie dog. This biome is filled with them, and if you are just starting out and have no experience in dealing with these pests, simply run and try to confuse them. This whole biome is one big mess. The place is foggy, trees are crooked, ambient sound is super creepy, and the whole place looks just like Fallout Zone. Otherwise, it's not all that bad. Temperature is not a big problem, and there are cinder blocks and scrap metal blocks all around, which can provide some nice amount of stone and iron. Potassium nitrate nodes spawn on the surface, but it can be hard to spot since it's very similar to ground texture. Now we got to our first deadly biome, but believe it or not, desert biome is most rich biome in terms of resource. You can basically have unlimited food and drink made from yucca fruit. The ground gives both rock and sand for all your future concrete and glass jar needs. And there's oil shale deeper in the ground for unlimited gas. But all those riches come to a price: overwhelming heat. Starting off in the desert can be rough. Temperatures get very hot during the day and cold during night. So living inside this biome is harsh without constantly drinking goldenrod tea while wearing clothes that are appropriate for hot weather. But like I said, good news is that desert is filled with yucca fruits from which you can make yucca juice that has cooling effect on you. Another downside of desert biome is that there are no trees around. You can find aged wood scattered around, but it gives very little wood. So you will have to plant your own trees in order to get wood. Because of oil shale being deeper underground, there is no ore on the surface of the desert, but you can still easily find boulders around. If you're lucky, even a cave that has artifact chest inside. The snowy forest is dense and completely covered with snow. It's a very dangerous biome to live in because of low temperatures and often fog that hinders your visibility. It's especially dangerous because of those frozen lumberjacks roaming around all the time. Those big, ruthless killing machines can come out of nowhere and are very tough to kill, but if you do manage it, make sure to loot their corpse because often they drop some nice things. Finding food and water in this biome is quite easy. Blueberry bushes are very common and you can use snow together with empty can to make boiled water. Just make sure not to mistake poisonous snowberries with blueberries. Because of low temperatures, walking around without warm clothing, red tea, or coffee is impossible. And being wet from snow can make you even colder, so make sure to have campfire ready at all times. This biome is filled with potassium nitrate nodes that are very hard to spot when it's snowing, so watch out for random bumps on the surface. Completely opposite of snowy forest, but it's even more deadly. This biome is so hot that it cannot be inhabited. Just being inside it for a few minutes can cause heat stroke. Light clothing and goldenrod tea can help to cool you down momentarily, but as soon as you run out, heat gets overwhelming fast. Rain can help you to cool your temperature down, but it occurs randomly, so it's hard to depend on it. Land is completely scorched, and in some places it's still burning. Be careful not to stand on those ember piles because you will catch on fire. This place is home to a special kind of zombie, burnt victim so-called. These zombies are slower than normal zombies, but can be fairly dangerous because of their ability to set you on fire with their attacks. They also make crackling noises when nearby, so you can easily hear them coming. There are two benefits to burnt forest. One is that coal nodes spawn on the surface, and the other one is that you can easily spot a bird's nest on the ground, making it one of the best biomes to farm feathers and eggs. This is not even a biome, it's end of the line. Even if you have high radiation resistance clothing on you, it will still kill you in a matter of seconds. Zombies don't even spawn here and you will find nothing of value in this zone, so it's best avoided. It's located around the edges of the map as a barrier to keep the players within the map. In random gen map, the nuclear fallout zone barrier is located near 10th kilometer in a circle around the center of the map, which is 00 coordinates. Make sure to go away from the zone when the supply crate day comes because it can be dropped there, making it pretty much lost. To prevent this from happening, go away from the zone when airdrop day comes. And that is pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you found it useful. If you did, I would appreciate it if you liked the video. And also consider subscribing to the channel to see more content like this. That is all from me, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.